Hello guys, you're welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be talking about how to manage private keys using keystore. So what are keystores? It is an encrypted private key with a password. So you are not dealing directly with the private keys, but with with a file that contains the encrypted private key with a password. So to unlock the private key from the keystore, you need a password. So for reasons best known to you, you might not want to work with browser wallet. You might have your users to be responsible for their private keys. So one of the best ways by which you can provide security is using keystore. But one thing is that once the password is forgotten, that is the end. And one thing is that if anybody else has the password to that keystore file, they can do anything with that private key. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll be working with web3.js, and then you can install web3.js. I have my web3.js installed, and this is how we work with the keystore. So basically, in web3.js, we encrypt the private key with a password. So let's get straight to it. And I'll be creating a folder to store my keystores. So basically what we want to do is that we want to create a wallet, and then we want to generate keystores, and then we want to retrieve our private key from the keystores. So we need our AFS library. Because we will be writing our keystore to a file. We need to import our web3.js. And then you can have a Ginash opened so that you can connect yourself to your local node. I have my Ginash open, so you'll be connecting ourselves to this URL. So we create our wallet. So how do we create wallets using Web3? Basically, no, not this. This is how we create wallets using Web3.js. You can decide to add entropy to it, and then we can get our private key from the objects. Show this to us. So this is when you get your object, this is the format of the object that is being returned, so you can get your private key from this. So this is it basically. So we have our private key generated. So this is the key that we will be working with. So now let's create a function to generate the key store for us. So according to the documentation, we know that we need our private key and our password. So let's see what we get from here. So this is the format of our key store. So basically you have successfully encrypted your private key to look like this. So what we'll be doing next is that we'll be writing this data into a file, and then you can save this file. But I would like to save my file with the name of, like, I would like to save my file using my public key. So what I want to do is I want to get my my public key from the private key, and this is how we do it basically. This private key to account, then you insert your private key, and if you want to ignore the length, you can choose to ignore the length, but we will not be ignoring the length. Now let's write it to a file. So we have the key stores here. So basically which is what it does addresses the public key name, and then I would like to save it as .keystore extension. You can use JSON, whatever. So basically we are writing our key store data into this folder, but we are saving the name using our public key, then .keystores. So keystore created. So we have our keystore saved in a file. So how can we retrieve our private key from the keystore? Basically, so we need a file and then we need a password. So we'll be using the password to decrypt our file. And how do we go about that? This is it, the keystore JSON version 3, then the password. And when we do that, it's going to generate our wallet for us. Then we use these. Then we have this is the at this point we have been able to read the data from the file. So this is data, we'll inject it here, and a password. So let's export it. Good. So we've been able to read our wallets from the keystore. So we decrypted our keystore, and then we read our keystore from our keystore file, and we decrypted it with our password. So what happens when we input the wrong password? So can you see it? It's key derivation failed, possibly wrong password. So basically this is how you can work with keystore files. So whenever your users want to maybe create a transaction, they can upload a keystore file with your password. Then once you decrypt it, you can send transactions using the data after decrypting it. And then you might probably want to save the keystore file in your database and then have them input the password. So basically this is how you work with the keystore file. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.